Entertainment World Soldier here, and I'm back to talk about Star Trek Discovery, Season 3, Episode 4, and my thoughts on it. And my thoughts are... Discovery, Discovery, Discovery. Why do you have to be so wrong all the time? Unfortunately for these writers, they have chosen to talk about a race called the Trill, and unfortunately for these writers, I'm a fucking massive fan of Deep Space Nine. And in Deep Space Nine, we've really got to know the Trill, and we really got to know their rules, their laws, and how the symbiont works. In this episode, they got it all wrong. They got it all wrong. Oh my god. This episode was stupid as fuck. The whole reason for certain things happening in this episode, like the Trill being close to destruction, no, it can't happen that way, you fucking idiots. I will get into spoilers, but first, Jesus Christ, they got this so wrong. They don't understand what they're talking about. Oh my god. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But we got our first transgender actor. Listen, someone's going to get pissed off when I say this. Listen, I think she's a she, but apparently she was a he. Listen, I'm sorry. I still see her as a woman. You can say she's a man, but she sounds like and looks like a fucking woman. What do you want me to do with that? But I'll try to be respectful when we get up to her, but, I think the surgery needs to kind of keep going. It's a joke, but someone's gonna get butthurt over that comment. There was stuff with the crew. They're trying to make this ugly ass character who's a fucking ugly alien with massive black eyes like a main character. I'm feeling he's stop being the fucking Orville and trying to make these stupid little jokes. It doesn't work. We're on episode 4 and it's still not working, Discovery. Oh, Jesus. This episode was so fucking stupid. Should I go into spoilers or should I just keep fucking laughing? Jesus. Just watch a few episodes of Deep Space Nine Discovery, especially if you're going to go on about the Trills and how it works, because listen, I'll give them this. They did try to get it right with the Trills, but the problem is they got most of it wrong, actually. They got most of it wrong. The only thing they got right was the caves. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I think I should just go into spoilers now because, I'll just say acting's the same as every other episode. The jokes are bad. The writing is just terrible. I can't really believe that they tried this, but let's go on to spoilers because there's only so much I can say about the acting. So we start off with the Doctor talking about the crew being stressed and, saying that everybody needs to calm down. PTSD girl is still fucking acting weird, and again, nobody's noticing it except for her friend, the other girl who on the bridge with her. I don't know her fucking name. What do you want me to say? And he's trying to tell, in this log, he's just trying to say, listen, the crew need a break. They're starting to fucking go insane. They need some reassurance. So they know that their lives still matter because, again, everybody on this crew has lost their entire family and everybody's depressed about it. Obviously, because they've lost their entire family. I mean, of course you'd be stressed about that. Of course you'd be worried about that. Of course you'd be sad about that. But there you go. We then go into the medical bay to see Tal, who is carrying the symbiont. The doctor's saying that the symbiont's okay and that it is grasping Till's heart. Till tells the Doctor and Burnham it's okay, the Trill's protecting her because that's how the Trill works. No, it doesn't. It doesn't cling to the heart. It stays in the middle of the chest. Because you see that when every time that fucking Trill got taken out of fucking Dax. So I'm saying, they don't understand how the Trill system works. It does not cling to your heart. It's just at the middle of your stomach. Anyway, they then Till tries to tell Saru they need to go back to the Trill homeworld because they're the best people to go to find out about the symbiont and find out why she cannot access the symbiont's memories. They also call the Trill a hold on, this weird name, but I'm not going to go over that. And listen, my problem is why is Tao trying to have to tell them they have to go back to Trill? Why is she having to convince them? It's like, it's obvious that you have to go back to Trill. They're the best people to talk to about the symbiont. And, you know, Burnham's trying to say, I'm still part of the Federation and they're worried that they're going to be hostile. Listen, you have shuttles. Send a shuttle out and fucking go have a look. Okay? It's not that difficult. You know, do a little bit of reconnaissance and then you'll be fine. But they decide to go anyway and find out why she cannot access her memories. So the Doctor then goes to talk to Michael and tell her that she needs to go down with Till to the Trill homeworld because, and this is just the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because memory loss is not a medical condition. Memory loss is not a medical condition. Yes, it fucking is, you dumb plank of wood. What the fuck? When I heard that, I was just like, come on, man. Obviously, memory loss is a medical condition. It's to do with your brain. Your brain is part of your body. Your body is a medical thing. Jesus Christ. How stupid do you have to be to say that? How fucking dumb. I mean, I thought he was just trying to get out of going down to the planet because he was having problems because, you know, the whole crew's stressed, and I think he's also stressed. But Jesus Christ, to say that, it was just dumb. Completely dumb. So Michael agrees to go down with Tao down to the homeworld, and the Doctor then goes to talk to Saru about the crew being stressed and tries to tell Saru, listen, the crew's fucking depressed. The crew is not dealing with this well. You wouldn't really notice it. Everybody just looks a bit depressed, but there you go. And he says to Saru, listen, we need to sort this out now before people start fucking dying from this, which is pretty much, you know, what could happen. And Saru says he'll try and think of something to, you know, help the crew. We then go down to Michael and Till heading down to Trill on a shuttlecraft. They land on the planet to meet up with the Trill. They do. They meet up with, I think, 5 people, the leader and 2 others. And, oh no! I forgot. They hail the planet first. They meet a representative of Trill. He then tells Discovery that the Trill have been decimated by the burn. They've lost a lot of Trills and symbionts to the burn, and that a Trill returning to Trill is fantastic and something they've been praying for or something. I'm sorry, the reason they give for why the Trill have fallen apart is just completely fucking stupid. So Saru says to them, listen, can we send a shuttle down to meet with you? They agree. Michael and Till go off and land onto Trill. And it turns out the Trill are no longer a part of the Federation. What a surprise, because they have not seen a Federation ship in years. So they head down to the planet and meet up with the people. When the Trill find out that Tal is a human. They seem very shocked, and then one of them mentions that a non-Trill joining with a symbiont hasn't happened for 2,000 years. Bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. They're trying to make this normal because it's so fucking stupid. 2,000 years. Really? So why didn't we hear about that from Dax? Why is it in Trill Society they pretty much said only certain Trills can join with symbionts? And then we hear why Trill Society is fucking destroyed, because apparently they don't have enough Trills to join with the symbionts. They're not compatible with the symbionts. Okay, Discovery, you done fucked up. Every fucking Trill is compatible with the fucking symbionts. Again, the episode with fucking Dax, when she learns that she can play the piano, and that she starts getting angry, and then the symbiont starts dying inside her, then has to go back to the fucking Trill homeworld. There was a literal entire episode about this with DS9. We find out that every fucking Trill is compatible with a fucking symbiont. And the Symbiosis Commission, which by the way they don't fucking mention, I'm guessing these arseholes are supposed to be that, but never mention it. You fucking dumb assholes. They wanted to keep that shit secret. They were willing to go so far as to let Dax die. They tried so hard to make her not remember what her fucking previous host fucking did, because they thought it could kill the fucking symbionts. And the symbionts are the most important things to the fucking Trill. And they didn't want the symbionts to be treated as a commodity. That's why they tried to stop that information coming out. You fucking idiots have no respect and have no idea what you're writing about. All fucking Trills can join. So the fact you're trying to use this as a reason why Trill Society is dead is stupid. Because that's not how it works. Every fucking Trill is compatible. It is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. There's an entire episode about this. Could you not have just watched half of it? Or at least to the end of it? Jesus. So the basis of the Trill Society being destroyed is a pile of bullshit. Because it is not true. They asked, so Michael asked the Trill, can they help Tal? But they say they can't because they're not really sure how, because this is very odd for a non-Trill to have a symbiont in them. No fucking shit. And then one of them is very pissed that a human has got a symbiont inside her. He thinks it's an abomination. No shit, because it can't happen, but this is Discovery. And says to the leader, listen, we have to take the fucking symbiont. The symbiont is the most important thing. Now, again, obviously the symbionts are fucking the most important thing. These writers don't understand that Trills will literally give up their own life to save the fucking symbiont. Because of how important the symbiont is. When they join with a symbiont, the first thing they are taught is the symbiont comes first. Dax was willing to die in multiple Star Trek episodes to save the fucking symbiont. It is not difficult to fucking watch DS9, you writers. Watch the episodes you need so you know what you're writing about. Because you don't. Because Michael then says the most important thing is Tal's life. No, not to the Trill. The Trill are not like you, Michael. They see the symbiont as godly figures. The the symbiote is the most important thing in their fucking culture. But the leader decides that they're not going to take the symbiote away from Tao, but they're not going to help Tao regain her memories, and they ask them to leave their planet. So Michael and Tao try to head back to the ship, but the guy who was pissed about the symbiont and tries to take it back from her so they can put it back with the other symbionts. But Michael fucking kicks ass and takes down about 3 men. And one of them, she catches the one who's, you know, says the disgrace thing. He doesn't want to help her, so but Michael shoots him, and they manage. And then one of the other guys who was in the group, the guy in the red cloak thing, comes up and says, "Listen, I want to help you because we Trills need this to work because we need to find a way to rejoin with the symbionts, otherwise they're going to die, or our culture's going to die. Even though you don't need to do this, but fuck it, right?" So he leads them to the caves, the most important caves on Trill, that are not guarded, no security systems, even though we know they do have this, because again, we have watched Deep Space Nine. So he tells Teal to get into the water and the joining the memory should come back if she goes into the water. She agrees to, and then she floats in the water for a little bit. We then go back up to the ship where Saru then starts talking to the computer to find ways to motivate the crew. Then something weird happens to the computer. Looks like the computer has a virus in it because the computer then starts talking weird, and Saru thinks this is weird at the start, then tells the computer to do a diagnostic, and then nothing changes because the computer still sounds weird and Saru just doesn't give a shit about it. Like the computer starts to act like it's a real person. So I think this has to do with the virus from last season. I don't know what it's called because I haven't watched that yet. A part of me thinks I should go back and watch it, but fuck it. So the computer acts weird, but gives Saru some options to motivate the crew. He then decides to go with a dinner party for the crew. We go back down to Trill to see Tao in the water. Michael starts to worry about her. Then she starts having a fit, and then she gets dragged down into the water. And then Michael starts to go, she's worried for her because she goes under the water. The other guy doesn't really know what's happening because he's fucking useful then, isn't he? Then the leader and a group of fucking Trill guards surround Michael and the other guy and try to stop this from continuing. But Michael manages to convince the leader to let her help her friend. So she jumps in the water with Till, and somehow manages to go into Tao's brain, to go into this whole process. Now, this doesn't make sense on a multiple amount of levels. The only reason this process works, and we've seen this again in Deep Space Nine, is the symbiont and the person who the symbiont is joined to have a link with each other. They can go into each other's brains. That's how Trills remember all this shit. So how the fuck is Michael doing the same thing when she does not have a symbiont inside her? It's complete bullshit. I'm sorry. Complete and utter bullshit. This does not make sense. There is no fucking way Michael fucking Burnham can do that. But she manages to do it somehow. She sinks down and then falls into this black-red cave thing where Tao is running around and doesn't know what's going on. These link things keep coming down trying to touch her. She doesn't understand what's going on. But Michael knows what's happening and says, let them touch you because this is what they're supposed to do. So she does, and she starts remembering stuff. She starts remembering her old boyfriend, who is the transgender actress or actor or whatever. And then she starts remembering more things, like the fact that they knew each other beforehand and that she likes to play an instrument. She gives her some sort of present, but then the scene ends there and we go back onto the ship with Saru, who's now hosting a dinner party for the crew. He's trying to help the crew get motivated. Why are you inviting Georgiou then? You know she's going to be a cocky cow, and she is through the entire fucking scene. If I was Saru, I would have told Georgiou to fuck off. Why are you inviting her? Why are you so fucking dumb, Saru? For God's sake, man. You know she's just gonna be a problem. But she wasn't the biggest problem. He starts to thank the crew and say to them, we all agreed to come here, and we all should be proud that we followed Michael Burnham. Yeah, you should be proud of that. To the future. Everybody says, and then Saru says, what did you all say when I said we should go and follow Burnham? And everybody says, I. And PTSD girl, who looked uncomfortable through the entire fucking scene, which is so surprising. It's like, how the fuck does nobody fucking call this shit out? I've been in the military. PTSD is a massive fucking problem. British soldiers are dying right now because of it, and the fucking government isn't doing shit about it, which pisses me right off about it. So I take PTSD very fucking serious. Even though my last review I kept getting it wrong, but still, I do take PTSD very serious. And I feel Discovery is not taking it that serious. They keep trying to say that all she does is have these kind of angry moments. Listen, PTSD works in different ways, and I wish they would have just done an episode on this, because she seems to get over it in the end of this episode pretty fucking fast, which pisses me off, because again, it is a serious fucking issue for people. It is a serious fucking issue because it does kill. And a lot of people do not understand that, and a lot of people don't think of it as a danger to people. It is a massive fucking danger. And I really do wish this guy would take this a lot fucking serious. Seriouser than they are taking it. Than just saying she gets angry a little bit. I would love to see her literally go to the point where she may commit suicide. Because again, that's where a lot of PTSD people do end up. So it is really making me angry that they are not taking it that serious. So the dinner party keeps going. Saru seems to be doing a good job, where he thinks. Georgiou keeps taking a dig at him every fucking second. Again, why are you bringing her here? They then start talking about fucking haikus. Tilly then says some random fucking haiku that she learned at Starfleet. They then go to the girl with PTSD girl, and she starts talking about blood and trying to make jokes about it, because again she looks massively uncomfortable and nobody's calling it out, not even her friend who sits next to her literally every fucking day. I mean, I can see that she's thinking, she's seeing that she's uncomfortable, but she's not calling it out. She's not pulling her to the side and saying, are you okay? That is your friend. Why are you not fucking forcing her to go to the doctors? Why are you not asking questions? It's making me very angry. Because it is a serious condition. And again, I just don't think they're taking it seriously. So she keeps talking about Stamets being in the fucking being in medical bay, bleeding out, and that she seems to think that Stamets thinks that he's a hero and that he's the most important person on the ship. They have a massive argument. She tries to say, you're not the only one who does anything. I'm the pilot. I'm the person who flew us into the future. And it gets very tense, and then Stamets leaves, and then she PTSD girl leaves as well. And then everybody pretty much leaves because the party is pretty much done. So Saru thinks he's failed, and the scene ends there. We go back to Trill, where Tal and Michael are trying to find the memories of the Admiral so that they can find out where Starfleet headquarters is. We then get the scene with the present that's got this apple sheet in it, and she starts to get uncomfortable because the Trill that she took the symbiont from was her boyfriend, the transgender actor, and that they had their ship got attacked or something, and the Trill got seriously injured. The robots came in and said that the symbiont has survived, and the Trill is going to die though. But the symbiont can still survive. But the symbiont needs to cling on to somebody fast, otherwise it will die. And Tao was the only person in the room that could do it. She sacrifices her life to pretty much save the symbiont. She then gets uncomfortable again with this. She starts getting angry at Michael because she sees that Michael doesn't really care much about her, and the only reason she's helping Tao is to get the location of Starfleet. Well, no shit. They've literally been telling you that for a couple of fucking days now, love. What the hell did you think this was? So Michael manages to convince her to keep going, and then finally she manages to break through, and then more of her hosts come out of the darkness and surround her, and she then is accepted by the symbiont, where we then see the Admiral they're looking for, who then says, welcome to the symbiont group, basically. Welcome to the Circle. Doesn't make sense. We've never heard of Circle in Star Trek before with Trill joiners. I don't know why they're bringing this up. Then they put their hands on their chest. Again, it doesn't make sense. She manages to hug her old boyfriend, and then he disappears. The rest of the joiners disappear, and then Michael and Tao wake up out of the water, and she is finally joined and now has access to all the memories of the symbiont. She then the Trills in the caves apologise to Tao because they didn't know that this was going to work. Stupid, but there you go. And the person who leads the Trills now says, I would be honoured to help you in the next process of your joining. Tao says no. She says she has to stay with Discovery. Okay, so let me get this straight. Hold on, I'll say that later. And the leader then says, fine, you can stay with Discovery, but could you stay in touch with us so that we can keep an eye on the symbiont? She agrees, and they both beam back up. Well, they both get back on the shuttle and head back up to Discovery. Okay. This woman has now been joined. Your society is dying because you don't know how it works. You don't know how to join other Trills with the symbionts. And now you're fucking letting her go. This woman has the key to your civilization survival, and you let her go. You are all fucking morons. Fucking complete morons. This woman is the key to your survival, and you just let her go. This scene should have been her saying, I have to stay here with the Trills and now help them survive. But she decides to go, and they decide to let her go. So it's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. And it's just stupid, because we all know Trills are all compatible with the symbionts. But fuck it, right? And again, they head back up to the ship. We then go back on the ship where Saru is sitting at the table still, kind of thinking that he's failed, and then Stamets comes in and says he's sorry. No, Tilly comes in to comfort Saru and try to tell him this and he's not failed. The crew will get back together soon. They will, power through this and they will succeed in their mission. Stamets then comes in and apologizes for his behavior. At dinner, Saru says, "You don't have to apologize," and then the scene ends. We then go back to Tau and Michael. Tau gives Michael the coordinates of the Starfleet headquarters and now knows how to play an instrument. Michael thanks her for giving her the information and hopes that she is happy now that she is joined with the symbiont, and she leaves the room. Turns out though, the symbiont, the transgender actress, is back, because apparently the symbiont can now come out of nowhere and just allow one of her hosts to appear in front of her. You fucking morons, that's not how it works. You have to do a ritual to get one of your hosts to appear in front of you. It doesn't just happen like that. You need to do certain things to do it. And how do we know that? Because of Dax. Ezri fucking Dax, when she had to find out who was murdering all the fucking Starfleet officers, she had to do a ritual to summon one of her hosts. It doesn't just happen. You have to do multiple fucking things to get one of them to come out. But they're just keeping Ezra Actress around because, she's transgender. Listen, why the fuck did you kill her in the first place? Why not make her a crew member? This just seems so stupid. You could at least have her do a ritual or something, for God's sake. But I will say this, the transgender actress wasn't actually bad as an actress. As actor, sorry. There was nothing wrong with her lines. She seems like a good actor. So, he seems like a good actor. So I hope he is better. I hope he gets more lines, but again, I'm just pissed that they didn't fucking do the ritual, because it's there, it's in the law, we know it exists. You fucking morons. Was that the last scene? No, we then go back to the crew watching a movie on this screen, and the captain and the doctor talk about the crew's health and their mental stability. Saru says, "Listen, the crew will be fine. They're getting over this, and we're going to power through, and we're going to keep on our mission." And then the episode ends, and that's it for episode 4. So many problems that are just too easy to explain. They're not explained well in this episode, and there's just no reason for this to be happening to the Trill Society. We know that all the Trills are compatible with the symbionts. It has been proven. These idiots don't know what they're writing about, and I'm just absolutely pissed off about this. Jesus. You don't have to do that much to make it make sense. Why couldn't you say that most of the symbionts were dead? Why not just say that? Why not say all the symbionts were dead and this was the first one they have seen in a long time? Because we go into the caves and we see there are multiple fucking symbionts. So there's no problem then, is there? You fucking idiots. Because every fucking Trill is compatible. And I will keep saying that because we know it's true. Dear. Writers, just put a little work in, for God's sake. But that is my review. I did see the trailer for next episode. I am actually interested in the next episode. We're going to start to see Starfleet in this time. I do hope we see the ships of the new Starfleet universe. I doubt they're going to look good, but who knows? Let's hope, right? But Discovery, you need to get better writers because, again, there's so many holes in this episode. There's so many problems. And I just don't think you know what you're doing. I'm sorry. But the transgender actress was good. I'll give it that point there. The transgender actress was good. And I hope that she gets better. And that is my review. My review is over. If you like the review, please give it a like. If you dislike the review, please think about giving it a dislike. I love a little dislike. And do think about subscribing to my channel if you like my content. This is Entertainment. Hail the High Count. Hail the Fandom Menace. Long live CG. And fuck the SJWs. Bye.